Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. It's me, Drawdad. We got some time-lapse videos to get through. Before we get started, I need you to hit that like and subscribe for me. It'll help me grow my channel. Okay, you guys ready? Let's get into it. What's up, guys? I've got another time-lapse here. Man, I don't know what possessed me to draw this subject, but I like fantasy art, and one of the main staples of any fantasy world is one person you're gonna find who lives there 9 times out of 10 is the dwarf. The dwarf, man, I've always liked The Hobbit and Lord of the Rings, of course, man. Who doesn't know about that? But when I was a kid, I really enjoyed the Rankin Bass animated films. I really liked the animated Hobbit from like 1977. I grew up watching that. Those are all Japanese animators. That's kind of cool. You know, the Last Unicorn and the Hobbit. That was a big inspiration for me growing up, and kind of shows through in a lot of my art. Just trying to get proportions right in this little rough sketch here. Just really, I'm creating a character right here. You'll see he's gonna start showing up, and this is what it looks like on the fly. I created this guy, and in this video I did, and I think he's a really cool character. I might show him more often. I actually have him in another. I drew a whole bunch this last couple days. I've got this little session here with all the coloring is over 3 hours. I don't know what I should do with that. Maybe you guys can leave me a comment, but I don't know how to let everybody see everything, because no one's gonna sit there and watch 4 hours worth of stuff, will they? You guys let me know. I know that on Twitch and stuff you can do live feeds, and I'm just a new guy. I like to chill and watch YouTube, and I like to do art, so this is kind of where I'm starting out. But I'm having fun, and right now I'm just trying different poses for my dwarf. I don't know what his name is, but you ever notice how when all the stuff that's out there on, you know, the pop culture and all the movies and film, they always depict the dwarf as like a fat guy, and not my dwarf. My dwarf is like a muscle dude, like he's buff. I like to show my characters as kind of physical, you know. I've said that in the past, but I want my dwarf to look like he can really swing the hammer. It's, kind of beefy. Drawing him with the battle dress on. I think he's gonna have some armor in this one. The old-fashioned horns. Another thing too is a lot of the times you'll see the dwarves, they kind of look like they're like old-fashioned Vikings, you know, like blonde and red hair. I like that too, but this guy, for whatever reason, I drew him with like a big, thick black beard. It's kind of, I really enjoyed this character. I've been drawing a lot, you guys. I'm really focusing on my techniques too. I really need to figure out how to stop abandoning things and learn how to render better. Like, just refine everything. All my art needs to be better refined, I believe. But for whatever reason, I just want to stop. I want to stop. I don't want to. I know why. It's because it's work. It's a lot of work to sit there and render something. Kudos to those professionals that do splash art and stuff. I mean, they must be spending, gosh, man, a week or two per drawing. I can see how you sinking hours into that stuff. Those League of Legends, the splash art that they do, that stuff is so amazing. I wish I could be at that level. I mean, there's only one way to get to that level, and it's trigger time, man. You got to get your fingernails dirty with this stuff, so to speak. You know, you need repetition. Just sitting there, just keep spamming. Those guys got so much practice and hours and years of time just sunk into that, to their art, you know. Drawing the black here. Another thing too, I have a special place in my heart for like the balding guy, you know, the semi-bald guy. So I wanted to show that just because he's losing his hair, it doesn't mean he's not an easy win, you know. He looks like maybe you don't want to make fun of him for having. You can make fun of me all you want, but he looks like he wouldn't put up with somebody giving him a hard time about his hair loss. Let's see, we are kind of like Anthony Soprano, his hair. That's kind of what I copied. I copied his hair. Kind of looks like a Russian guy. I was drawing him sitting on a stool, like in a tavern, you know, like the classic Lord of the Rings or Dungeons and Dragons, you know, everyone meets in a tavern, you know. It's gonna have him sitting on like a small three-legged pedestal or something. Just experimenting. I don't know if I had him holding a pipe here, like one of the long wizard pipe, you know, like the really long one. Yeah, I think this video is really long. I don't know how this is going to play. I notice it's a lot of times in the videos, like I noticed that not everybody wants to sit there and watch 40 minutes worth of time lapse. This is by far my longest one. I've tried to keep everyone like 10-15 minutes. There's a lot of content for this, and I think it's pertinent because show you how I got to the finished piece for this. But I also intend to go back and color these and maybe put those videos out as well. I think this guy right here that I'm drawing, the one sitting down, deserves to be painted. So think of firing up another one here. So I really like this one. I love this. This is the one. This made the thumbnail. This is the one that action pose. Made his arm way too long right there. Proportions are hard enough, but man, you know, I don't like to talk negative about. I mean, you know, it's Mother Nature's messy, okay? It's just, sorry, a little sunlight coming in for the video. Mother Nature is messy, and she makes us in all different shapes and sizes, and the reality is there are little people out there. I don't know what it is, a medical condition. I actually had to look it up to get the proportions right, you know, because you go to Pinterest or Google image search and you type in dwarf, you're gonna get something that doesn't look like a real life dwarf. And so I wanted my proportions to be more anatomically correct, so I had to do a little digging. I like the semi-realism. Kind of cartoony and real at the same time. That's the style I like. Another side of him looks real muscly, like buff. Big shoulders, big butt, big back muscles. Shoulders, butt, and back, those are the wrestlers, man. They got all the power, you know. Wanted them to look powerful. This character. I don't know how to make up good names for my characters. That's George Lucas's thing. I don't know how to do that. That's kind of like his knack. I don't know how to give my characters cool names. Just another part of the study here. I feel like I already drew this one. Oh, I didn't. I remember this one. I like this one too. My dwarves all have like little six packs. It's kind of cool. Remember I was talking last video about when you're drawing with the stylus like this, it's a lot of times it's like you're adding material, you know. It doesn't feel like a real pencil. It feels like a dry eraser, or it's real greasy, like slippery. I'm glad I went back and made that arm shorter. That looks a lot more believable. The smaller limbs, you know. Yeah, like I said, I plan to come back and color some more of these. Just wanted to get some content out for you guys. I'll make sure to come back and revisit this character. I absolutely love this character. I spent a lot of time on him in the last day or two. I was thinking about doing like a whole bunch of them. Like maybe just do like a story about just these guys. But I feel like that's been done to death, you know? I don't know how to make a dwarf story, because it seems like all there is stories about dwarves. But they're the most fun out of all the fantasy films and media. They're some of the greatest characters. It always feels like the dwarf is usually the good guy. He's kind of like the middle class guy, you know, the one that has to work for a living. And we always like those guys, the ones who have to make it on their own, the bootstrap guys. Kind of seems like that's the character of the dwarf. He has to work hard. So now I'm moving into the coloring phase. So this time I really did do Ahmed Al-Douri's method here with the green and the red for the skin tones. You'll see here in a second. And I did do the initial gray first, just so I can that really helps me get started and break down the individual areas of the art for color. So when I gray it out like that, that's kind of like the preamble. My stuff is messy, man. Like good for like maybe a storyboard or something, but it seems like if anybody wants to make it in the art universe, you've got to really figure out how to do render, and I'm just not where I'm supposed to be on that. I could probably do it. I know I could, but I'm a little behind. I need to catch up for rendering. Coloring's cool, just a smudge tool, and you just, when you color, you want to make sure that you can see your strokes, because that's beautiful. Looking at the strokes are pretty. You don't want everything to just be like a gradient, you know. That's very it doesn't look right. There's no expression in that. That's, at least I think the aesthetic is more pleasing to the eye when it's more pleasing to the eye when you can see the brush strokes, when you can see the strokes. But that's just a style, you know. There's lots of different styles. I really like Mark Brunette's method of, I really didn't bother with it this time. I'm new to the lasso tool, so this is what I'm talking about. Ahmed Al-Douri, okay, he's an industry pro, and he was saying use the green and then go over it with the red, because there's different pigments in your skin, and so he calls it vibration. So you put those, it's in there, your eye can see it, and it looks more believable for a skin tone. He has a very cool walkthrough, kind of a workflow process for drawing skin on Pro Codes. Ahmed Al-Douri, he's very cool. That's what I like about having a computer when you draw, you know, a tablet or computers, because you can go and adjust your colors and make it make it anything you want. You can go back and fix your colors. Just do a flat layer, and then you can go back and you can just do your layers and just keep adding and adding and adding and subtracting and just massaging everything the way you want it. I'm doing the big, he's got big choppers, man. I drew big teeth for this guy. Doing his eyes right here. Doing some outlines for his for the line art here. Start getting into some colors here, or not colors, but some highlights. This guy has like a rim light he ends up with, but just trying to do some edges for his helmet and stuff. There you go. Yeah, I really like that. Thought that was cool. Do his belt buckle here. Did kind of his shoulder pads or collar or whatever. It kind of looks, I think it kind of looks a little bit like a Super Saiyan here. Like his Saiyan armor. Do some highlights for his I'm starting to get into some white kind of white dots or flare. What do you call that? Some highlights, white highlights on his nose and his eyes. There you go. I was doing some kind of core reflections on the shaft of his axe, his battle axe. Now I'm doing, I think I do some rim light here. I like the horns. Classic. Barbarian look. So I guess the light is coming from kind of top right, the light source. Actually, yeah. I think that's right, top right. Okay, so here I was doing the background. I like to have a background behind all my characters. I think I figured out what I'm gonna do going forward is to do the background before I start coloring. That way I don't, it looks better, and I like to hand paint my backgrounds too because it looks nice. I grew up, I was a Star Wars freak, and there are some cool art books. The Art of Star Wars, if anyone has ever seen those, they're old. And man, how cool. That's the original art movies, man. And what's cool is you can see I've got the San Francisco 49ers. I say what you want about my football team. I actually grew up in that area a little bit, and all the artists for the Star Wars films are from San Jose State, where I used to live. It's kind of cool. A lot of them were. If you look at the art books and stuff, they talk about the artists, and he farmed a lot of his George Lucas, he got a lot of his talent from that area where I went to high school, and it was always a dream of mine to go to an art school and, you know, maybe participate in some Star Wars movies, but it wasn't in the cards for me. I ended up doing something else, you know, entirely. I didn't even have an art job growing up. So this is the character on the thumbnail, or this is the image that's on the thumbnail, and I really enjoyed this, coloring this guy. Just going cleaning up the line art just a little bit. You know, I'm so messy. I think I redid his arm here, right here. So, going and fixing his Tony Soprano hair there. Give them kind of like some Ken and Ryu kind of fingerless gloves, you know? Like for combat. Another thing too that I think I go back here in a second. You're always tempted to use your black to do your shading, but you got to remember when you're doing color and stuff, which is, I'm so new to color. I'm still new. When you do color, you've got every tool in your tool belt to make that any shade you want. You just, growing up as a comic book artist and starting out like that, everybody just does pen and ink for their shading and stuff, like cross hatching and just rudimentary shading. And I'm always tempted to do my shading and then color over it, but you'll see on his face, I really went back and bit the bullet and erased a lot of the detail out and came back with the color and put the detail in. It's just, that's so hard. It's a leap of faith. When you're new, you know, it's the number one leap of faith when you're new is to take your eraser and erase like half of the body and just redesign the pose. I mean, everyone's just like, that's unimaginable if you're a new guy and you like, yeah, you see what I'm saying? I went into his nose and I took the shading out, and it doesn't look good at all, but I trusted that I would go back and make that look right afterwards, and I was pleased with how that ended up. Yeah, so you see I'm doing the background before I do all my color because it's easier to make it look nicer. Kind of looks like he could be on a stamp or something. The color's hard. That's I told my nephew, because I've got a big family and I've got a bunch of nieces and nephews that really enjoy my art, and I told my nephew, listen, you're doing just like me, and I think that's great. One thing I want you to do that's better than me is, going forward, make sure everything that you do is in color. Force yourself to learn color. So I think that's so important. You'll never advance as an artist unless you do color. Here I am playing catch up. I'm supposed to be a master at color if I'm a master at this at line art, you know. But that's just, it's not how I learned. It's not how I progressed. I have to go back and force myself to learn color. And right now I'm at the early stages of that. Maybe you guys would agree. Yeah, little Trey, I told him, man, just make sure everything you do is in color. Just have it. That's a good foundation. You guys see the green now from Aldori's process. I believe it. I really think the green and the red, I mean, maybe you can see that and you don't know it. You can see the different colors that are underneath this, the skin. The skin is translucent. You can see through it. Looks like the Hulk. Not the Hulk, but like he's like a half orc or something. There's the red on top of the green, which doesn't look, it just turns into mud. But then you come over with the skin tone. I don't even know. I truly believe that you can see the green and the red in there. Like right now, when you're looking at it, you can see the green and the red. I really think it makes a difference. Aldori says it's vibrations that show up. It really helps if you don't have full opacity on your brush. Like you lower the opacity, that way you can see individual strokes. Doing some color burn here. I don't have burn and dodge tool on this app, so I have to do different methods. There's adjustment layers. You can do it in a layer, but it's not the same as picking a dodge tool. That's one reason I want Procreate, because I can have the actual different tools, and the clipping masks are really a big deal. The layer masks in this app are not the greatest. This is really just for sketching. It's a true sketching app, you know, just for rough sketches. But I really think you can make a living off this app. Just like anything else, you can master it. I'm a cheapo. I've got a Samsung tablet for like I don't know, like $200. Like, I don't know, 5-6 years ago when I bought it, and it honestly, it's a pain in the butt. I don't think my stylus is that. It's not very sensitive, you know, and so it cost me a lot of time because I gotta fuss with my tablet. My tablet is costing me time, and I've got a lot of time, so I'm patient. But at the same time, my life would be a lot easier if I had nicer equipment. But you know, goals. You see how I went back and did the nose, put some red there where there's extra blood flow in the face, you know. I like the piercing blue. I've always liked the piercing blue eyes. Go and do some white accents, some glare. Do on the top of his bald dome right there. See, I got glare. See, I got glare. Shimmer. so many layers, man. I was worried about my tablet. I think just on this frame that you guys are looking at, there's over 30 layers, like in these groups, you know, and it's starting to get a little laggy on my tablet here. I'm just trying to combine layers just to have it to where my Samsung doesn't have to do so much math. Man, you're really making that little janky tablet do a lot of work when you have those layers. Those iPad tablets are very powerful. That's like I said, goals. That's the main idea, is to get my hands on an Apple tablet, and it's just so I can do art stuff. I'm a Android guy. I like Android stuff, and I like Windows. Actually, I like Linux. I don't like Windows at all. Not a fan. You know, kind of. I'm sorry, YouTube, but I don't know what is your. I know what your goal is, to dominate the earth, and you just want everything to have an advertisement, even on my home screens of my own devices. I actually like Linux, but I really like the colors on this here. Kind of looks like he could be in Game of Thrones or something, you know, all the dark fantasy colors. Coming back with some light now for his clothing. See, I was considering getting some more characters, squeezing some more characters in there, and then I took a look at those layers. I was like, nah, I better bag it. But guys, I plan on doing more. I did 2 more sketches in this little session here. I plan on going back and coloring that, and I'll be sure to share that with you guys. Just doing some resizing here. I was messing with the gradients. I like to have like a subtle gradient. That's a cool trick that a lot of artists use. Yeah, as you see, I'm really trying to merge these layers together. Just I don't want it to where my Samsung won't let me click on this image anymore. It's really that janky. She's a 57 Chevy. She's not a Porsche, you know. Just resizing. I didn't want to overlap because these layers are multiplied, so that makes them transparent. It looks weird. Messing with the gradient again. Well, guys, that's it for the video. Coming up to the end here. We'll bug you guys later. Thanks for watching. Hey everybody, you made it this far. Thank you for that. Listen, before we let you go, you know what? Hit that like and subscribe. Don't forget. Okay, we'll bug you later.